Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We went to the Los Angeles area last weekend to pick up the supercharger kit for the G35 from the Static Garage guys, man. Huge shout out to them once again. The Static Garage crew did send me a couple gifts. Look at that air refreshener, Static Garage, and the seat, and then a little key tag chain. Freaking awesome. I'm definitely gonna rock this for sure, and these for sure. So if you want to cop these, it's on their website, Static Garage, so go ahead and check them out. But anyways, back to the video. You guys know that my car is down because I did take away the manifold. So if we go ahead and lift my car, oh, you guys will see that I have no plenum spacer, and that's because I took mine off to go ahead and swap with the one that Static Martin had, and that of course is the Velocity Kinetix manifold that we're going to be installing on the G35. Now it doesn't say it needs a tune, and I've seen plenty of people run this manifold without any tune, so hopefully that's the case for us, because we can't have the G35 out for too long, because you know it's my daily. So we're gonna go ahead today, slap on that Kinetix manifold, see how it runs, see how it feels, see any differences, give you guys a review and all that, and all the whole spiel, the install and everything. But let's go ahead, grab the Kinetix manifold, let's go ahead, see if we can find the bolts in there, and go ahead and install it in the car and have this freaking running in about 2 hours. So without further ado, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for all the support. Go ahead and comment down, and let's begin with the install. Also, let me show you a little bit of what I got last time for those of you guys who are new to the channel. And this is a little bit of what I got. I got the piping, the intercooler, you know, the blower itself, the E85 compatible fuel assembly. It's a 485 watt Boro one. It's got the blow off valve, it's got couplers, belts, gauge pod holders, I mean the A-pillar one, Mishimoto oil cooler, and then the manifold of course, which we are going to be installing today. Alright guys, so for this manifold it looks pretty simple. 2, 4, 6, and then the 2 nuts that hold up. These are the bolts, hex bolt right here. Okay, so right now we're gonna go ahead, grab our Allen key, and see if we can put the throttle body attached already to the manifold. Before I left to LA, you guys saw I stripped my bolt. You guys actually didn't see, but I ended up stripping my bolt. I actually had to go to the dealership and buy 2 new ones. You guys see the 2 silver ones? You know how much each one costs, bro? $5 freaking dollars, bro. Don't think we need the original throttle body gasket, because this one already has one. What's the issue? What's the damn issue? This always happens. What's the damn issue? Alright guys, so I'm having a little bit of issues. Allen wrench, this is the only one I have. Back bolts, I put the bolts before placing the manifold, right, because it was super difficult. And then the back bolt doesn't want to go in right, and it's a little crooked. Like where I put the Allen wrench, I only got so much space here. It's like crooked, so I cannot freaking bolt it on straight, so it's not going in straight, and it's tying up super early. So here's the OEM one. This one goes like this, but this one is way too big for this fitting here. So I'm gonna DM him, see if he responds, but I need to find out how he did that. And then the coolant hose in the back as well, kind of loose in the back. It like grips on, but I can remove it with my hands. So, alright guys, it's been a couple hours because I've been trying to address the issues that I told you. So I just want to say huge shout out to Static Martin, who went ahead and took a time to FaceTime me and help me out with my issues. And also shout out to Joe Vasquez for putting out an amazing video on the coolant bypass. So with that being said, I needed to go ahead and replace this for the boost valve. I believe I will need to reuse later on when I slap the supercharger, but for right now I couldn't find one exactly like this. So the guy at Home Depot literally made this invention here. This is basically this, but it has like an adapter, because I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, while we were at Home Depot, we went ahead and picked up this 3/8 connector here. Now this is to complete the bypass for the coolant line, because my plenum had 2 hoses that connect. One feeds in coolant and one takes the coolant out. I just learned today by Static Martin and as well as Joe, you know, that coolant is used to circulate in the throttle body to warm it up, and that's only useful if you live in really cold states. because this can freeze and obviously the car will not function right. So the coolant is shot in or circulates in the throttle body to warm it up. But if you live in a hot state like in California, then there's really not that much use. And we're basically going to connect this coolant line to the one that shoots out, this one right here. So this coolant line and this, we're gonna go ahead and connect. I installed the connector and then I clamped it down. It should be good to go. Now the only problem with this is that if I ever wanted to cool down my throttle body for whatever reason, if it's too cold, I can no longer use it because now it's completely bypassed. Now I think we have everything I need, but the biggest issue right now is getting this last bolt, man. Hey guys, this is the next day, same time. I called quits on yesterday. I just couldn't get it on, man. I gave up a little bit yesterday. There's 3 in the backside there that you can't really see, and you could only get in between these. You can see right there. This one is pretty relatively easy because it's straight. The second one is a little bit more to the side, but you can still get the bolt straight forward. Now this one, you can see if I look straight down, the bolt is not even there. You have to look sideways. So what do I do when I get frustrated? I call my mechanic, and he usually saves my ass like 99% of the time, and he just did it again. So first thing he did, he added a little bit of grease. He has like a bottle can of oil, and my bad, it's not grease, it's oil. It's like a bottle of oil, and he sprayed it into the thread so it kind of makes it a little bit slippery and it can slip into it. Not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, but the way he threaded it in straight, so here for demonstration purposes, it's a tight space in there. So basically the Allen key will go in like this, and it would do it sideways. So it couldn't go in because you cannot thread it sideways. You have to make it go straight down, right? So basically he put the freaking flathead like this so the bolt can't go sideways because the freaking bar is right here. And then he stuck the Allen key sideways like this, and then he started twisting it little by little until it started threading. Once it started threading, he suggested that I go to Home Depot and buy these long Allen keys with the handlebar, and so that's what I did. And well, we were able to freaking bolt all the bolts for the manifold. So this is on finally. Now we basically just got to connect all the hoses, put in the intake, and it should be done, and hopefully we can get the car running. Theoretically it should be running good, but of course something always goes bad. Let's cross our fingers that we finally did something right. Okay, so let's go ahead, start up the car and see if this thing runs. Let's open the garage because we don't want the test pipe fumes in here. Because it smells in here. It's currently a little bit under 1, but it still got some time. It's still cold. Alright guys, that's gonna be the end for this video, and the reason for that being is that I did take it out for a little test drive, and I actually took it to work too, but I don't want to drive it too much because while installing this I noticed one thing. So you guys heard it, the car ran good, but what I didn't show you guys is that right here in the freaking OEM throttle body, you see these cracks? Those cracks right there? Now this has a crack, but it's fine because the hole doesn't actually seep through all the way. So it's actually still closed, believe it or not. But the one over here actually slid open, and since there's a little bit of tension here, like where you gotta bend it a little bit, it kind of tears apart. So I pretty much wrapped it in vinyl. Probably not the smartest idea. My friend was able to get that same part for me from Pick and Pull, pretty cheap, shout out to him. So he was able to pick one up for me. Now this one is completely fine from that, and it has a small crack right there. Man, these crack so much, but this one has a small crack, but like I said, it doesn't seep all the way through, so it's perfectly fine. But once I clean this intake tube, I'm gonna go ahead and install it in there and then fully give you guys a review on the intake manifold. My first thoughts of it, kind of driving it around, just taking it to work once, and just noticing some differences. You notice it right when you start the car and you drive it, you pretty much notice it really quick. For right now, this is gonna be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was quite adventure, or quite a struggle installing this freaking intake manifold, just because that bolt, man, that bolt was vicious. It was really vicious trying to get that in. And shout out to my mechanic once again, and those who helped me, Static Martin and Joe, for freaking giving me the knowledge to be able to finish this task, man. That small bolt, man, I just couldn't get it in, man. I was actually pretty when he put the flathead in, he actually got it to screw in straight. I was like, oh my god, this guy. And we're also going to be installing the oil cooler very soon, because this car is up for an oil change. While we do the oil change, we might as well just do the oil cooler. And since it does have a thermostatic sandwich plate, we don't have to worry about it installing and maybe cooling the engine too much or anything, because it only activates when the engine gets too hot and it needs a little bit help of the oil cooler. So thank you guys so much. I'm already in the talks with getting my admin tuning date set up, and then we can go ahead and schedule an appointment to get that supercharger installed into my G35, and some big things coming ahead. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys next video. I appreciate all your support, really do. It means the world to me. Thank you guys. Be safe out there. Love y'all. Be distinct, man. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.